Okay, so now we are talking about how to find potential clients and then how to get those clients to sign on with you and bring them on as a customer. So let's think about the different types of clients that we could have. So most people are going to think about their businesses in their local area. And the first thing that usually comes to mind for people who are starting an agency is going to be their local ice cream shop, their local pizzeria, like all the food places in their town. Now, I will give you like a really hopefully good gold nugget of information here. And it's that that's probably the wrong type of customer or client that you want to target as someone to work with. And the reason for that, I'm letting you in on a little industry secret here, is that most food businesses like restaurants are not profitable. Or if they are profitable, their margins are like 3% or 4%. So in truth, a lot of them don't have very much money to spend on marketing. So if you go into like your local pizza shop and you pitch them on like this package of doing social media marketing and running ads for them or something, and you're going to charge them $1,000 a month, in most cases, restaurants, they're going to say, we don't have $1,000 a month to spend on marketing because we have such tight margins. So you can certainly explore that with restaurants because there are a lot of them out there, but you're probably going to notice that you're going to get a lot of pushback because they just don't have a lot of money in the beginning to even, offer to pay you for something. That's just been my experience, and I think a lot of other people have that as well. So we want to think about potential customers who have a lot of money or have the ability to spend a lot of money to get a new customer, because that's where the money is really going to be. So this could be things like dentists and doctors and lawyers, right? For example, like when you're looking around, you might see tons of ads for lawyers, right? Why is that? Well, because lawyers can spend $1,000 or $5,000 to get a new client. And so they're spending so much on advertising. Their clients make them a lot of money. And so that's one option there. Lawyers, doctors, dentists, other expensive sort of things like CPAs, accountants, right? Services that cost a lot of money, people who make a lot of money. Those are going to be great ones that you could look into. So another one that you could consider doing is thinking about anyone who has an e-commerce store and helping them with running ads or their social media for that e-commerce business. So it might be hard to find people in your local area for this, but you can definitely do a lot of outreach on social media. Anytime you see a product that you like, you can reach out and say, hey, I can help you with your marketing. You can pitch them the whole package and everything that you are offering. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a bigger secret here. A really good opportunity for marketing agencies is actually going for the big whales, the big clients. And I've done this in the past. So this is a fintech company that I was charging $10,000 per month for basically, it was almost like a consulting fee for marketing, helping them with their influencer marketing, like helping connect them and everything. And that was just because I had more experience in the space. But this was a great way for me to make a good amount of money, $10,000 a month, by just helping them. And this is a big corporation, it's a public corporation. And I was lucky enough to have some connections where I was able to get in the door and offer my services. I actually think that they reached out first for me, but that's a great one because corporations are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars. They have so much money, especially those big companies. That's probably something you can do later on down the road. Not going to be your first client, most likely, but there's a lot of money in that. On top of that, one of my favorites here that I would look into is running marketing for political campaigns. There's so much money. I'm talking tens of billions of dollars that flows into political campaigns in the United States. And I know from the 2024 election, I have a friend who was receiving tons of super PAC money and running ads for it and making a lot of money that way. So this is also one that's a little bit more difficult to actually get into. You need to really work your way in and find some connections in like super PACs or political action committees or campaigns. This could be your local congressperson who's running again, and they might need some help with like billboards or some yard signs or other things, or like bumper stickers. So that's just a whole can of worms there that I really should just make a full video on, because I think political campaign marketing is very much underserved and there's a lot of opportunity there. Okay, so one other type of client that I think is potentially great is just looking at lists of companies who just raised a lot of VC money or venture capital money. So startups are always raising money, and a lot of those times that they raise money, it will hit the news. It'll say this startup just raised $10 million, and you can just reach out to them. Every time you see the news, you can reach out to them, email them, DM the founder, whatever it might be, offering your services, because you know that they're probably flush with cash. They just raised a big venture capital round and they're looking to spend that money to get new users for their product, whatever it might be. This is a great strategy that you can use. There are lists as well. You can use things like Crunchbase or PitchBook to comb through the hundreds and thousands of companies that have raised money in the past few months and just do cold outbound to reach out to them to offer your services. So that is one of the other great opportunities that you could look into this year.